Let's be real for a second. Finishing Red Dead Redemption 2 changes you. You put down the controller, the credits roll, and suddenly other video games just feel flat. You miss the weight of the horse. You miss the campfire crackling. You miss the feeling of a world that lives and breathes without you. It is what we call post-Red Dead depression, and it is very real. But you cannot replay Arthur Morgan's story forever. Eventually, you have to move on. The question is, where do you go? If you love the slow burn, the historical immersion, and the open-world freedom of Rockstar's masterpiece, what else is actually worth your time? Today, we are doing a deep dive. I have curated a list of games that capture that specific Red Dead magic. We are talking samurai, knights, post-apocalyptic couriers, and ancient assassins. Grab some coffee, sit back, and let's find your next obsession. First on the list, we have the game often called the Samurai Red Dead. I'm talking about Ghost of Tsushima. If you strip the cowboy hats off the Vanderlyn gang and replace them with samurai armor, this is the game you would get. It captures that exact same lonely warrior vibe. Visually, it is stunning. In Red Dead, you have those sweeping shots of the American West. In Tsushima, you have fields of pampas grass blowing in the wind, golden forests, and snow-capped peaks. The game literally removes the HUD and asks you to follow the wind to your objective. It is immersive on a level that very few games achieve. But it's the combat that will hook you. You know that feeling in Red Dead when you activate Deadeye? That split-second power fantasy? Ghost of Tsushima has the standoff. You hold a button, wait for the enemy to twitch, and then bam, one strike. It is tense, it is cinematic, and it feels just like a high noon duel. If you loved the honor system in Red Dead, Jin Sakai's struggle between being an honorable samurai or a dishonorable ghost will hit right at home. Staying in Japan for a moment, let's look at something a bit grittier. Rise of the Ronin. While Ghost of Tsushima is poetic, Rise of the Ronin is chaotic. This is set during the Bakumatsu period, the 19th century. Does that time period ring a bell? It should. It's roughly the same era as the Wild West. It is the end of the age of the samurai, just like Red Dead was the end of the age of the outlaw. The reason this is on the list is the freedom of combat. You aren't just using katanas. You have revolvers, rifles, and bayonets. It's that clash of East meets West technology that feels very familiar to Red Dead fans. Plus, it's developed by Team Ninja, so the combat is deep. It's difficult. It demands your attention. If you liked the Wanted system in Rockstar games, you will enjoy navigating the political factions here. You aren't just a spectator. You are shaping history in a world that feels dangerous and unpredictable. Now, let's throw it back, way back. Before Arthur Morgan, and even before John Marston, there was Colton White. The game is called Gun. If you are a true fan of the Western genre, playing Gun is mandatory. It's a history lesson. Released back in 2005, this game laid the groundwork for what an open-world Western could be. Is it dated? Yes, the graphics are from the PS2 era, but the soul? The soul is pure gunpowder. It has a revenge story that is arguably darker and more brutal than Red Dead. The pacing is lightning fast. There is no 3-hour tutorial here. You are thrown into the action immediately. It's a shorter experience, maybe only 6 or 7 hours, but every minute is packed with classic Western tropes: poker, hunting, bounty hunting, and defending trains. It is the grandfather of the genre, and it deserves your respect. Now, I know what you're thinking. Assassin's Creed is nothing like Red Dead. Well, wrong. Origins is different. This was the moment Ubisoft decided to stop making stealth games and start making massive open-world RPGs. The recreation of ancient Egypt is mind-blowing. We are talking about the same level of environmental detail as Rockstar's world. You can watch a crocodile attack a hippo. You can see citizens working the fields. You can get lost in sandstorms. But the real connection here is Bayek. Bayek is the protagonist, and he shares so much DNA with Arthur Morgan.
He's a protector. He's a man who has lost everything, his son, and is driven by grief and duty. He's tired, he's angry, but he's kind to the innocent. The voice acting for Bayek is some of the best in the industry. If you want a character you can truly care about roaming a massive, beautiful map on horseback or camelback, this is the one.
Die, you bastard!
Okay, listen closely. If the thing you loved most about Red Dead Redemption 2 was the realism, the eating, the bathing, the cleaning of your guns, the slow pace, then Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is your holy grail. The first game was a cult classic, but the sequel is shaping up to be a titan. This is a medieval RPG, but there are no dragons, there is no magic. You are just a guy. In this world, if you don't sleep, your eyes close. If you don't eat, you starve. If you don't wash the blood off your clothes, people in town will be scared of you and won't talk to you. The immersion is absolute. The combat is weighty and physical. You feel every clash of steel. It's not about mashing buttons, it's about positioning and timing. It captures that grounded, heavy feeling of movement that Red Dead is famous for. You aren't playing a video game, you are living a life in 15th century Bohemia.
I won't cut you to pieces!
Now, this game isn't out yet, but if you're an RDR fan, you need to be watching this. Why? Because Death Stranding is the only other franchise that respects the journey as much as Red Dead does. Think about your favorite moments as Arthur. It wasn't always the shooting. It was the long rides, the quiet moments with the music swelling as you crossed a state line. Kojima understands that. Death Stranding is a game about traversing a broken world. It's about the terrain. It's about planning your route, managing your cargo, and surviving the elements. The sequel is looking to double down on the cinematic storytelling. The acting, the facial capture, the bizarre but emotional plot, it rivals the quality of Rockstar's narrative. If you want a game that treats you like an adult and expects you to take your time, keep your eyes on this one.
A lot of things changed after you went off on your own, especially within the longer overseas distribution network.
We can't have this list without the legend, Skyrim. Hey you're finally awake.
Finally.
Why does a game from 2011 appeal to Red Dead fans? It's about the live another life factor. In Red Dead, you roleplay as a cowboy. In Skyrim, you can roleplay as literally anything. A hunter living in the woods, a thief in the city, a vampire, a blacksmith. The environmental storytelling is key here. Just like in Red Dead, you can walk into a random shack in the middle of nowhere and find a skeleton, a journal, and a tragedy without a single quest marker pointing you there. It rewards curiosity. And with mods, you can make the graphics look almost as good as Red Dead 2. It is the ultimate sandbox. And finally, we have the game that reinvented the open world, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Nintendo did something bold here. They looked at the genre and said, delete the checklist. There are no icons telling you where to go. There is just you, a massive horizon, and your curiosity. The physics engine is where the comparison to Red Dead shines. The world reacts to you. If it rains, you can't climb because the rocks are slippery. If there's a lightning storm and you're wearing metal armor, you're gonna get zapped. You have to hunt for meat, cook food at campfires, and tame wild horses. It captures that feeling of man versus nature perfectly. It's colorful and stylized, sure, but the heart of the game is pure exploration and survival. It creates that sense of wonder that we're all chasing. So, there you have it. Whether you want to trade your revolver for a katana in Ghost of Tsushima, or trade your horse for a spaceship in a sci-fi epic, there is life after the Vanderlinde gang. These worlds are waiting for you to leave your mark. Which one of these are you going to dive into? Or is there another game that cured your post-Red Dead depression? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives. I'll see you on the next adventure.